Virgo, welcome to your May chakra healing video. We are going to get started. I'm just going to show you your cards and then we're going to go over the oracle cards and then we're going to have a conversation of sorts. Okay, so bottom of the deck you have the King of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So that is the underlining for your reading. Root chakra, you have the Three of Pentacles. Sacral chakra, you have the Two of Wands. Solar plexus, you have the Fool. Heart chakra, you have the Hangman. Throat chakra, you have the Six of Swords. Third eye, Knight of Wands. And for your crown chakra, you have the Nine of Cups and the Three of Cups. The Nine of Cups being in reverse. For your oracle cards, you have Independent and Guardian. I'm going to hold it up so you can read it. It says, your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. Your planetary influences are Leo and Saturn. Okay. You also got Deep Freeze and Ghostlands. And you have Trust and Let Go. Your messages from Osset are Key of Life and Spirit of Isis. I'm going to hold it up so you guys can pause the video and read it. Okay. So, what is going on, Virgo? I will tell you what is going on. Y'all thought that y'all weren't going to get affected by this situation. However, it's actually happening. You guys are actually definitely been affected by these times. And what has happened exactly? Well, for some of you, you guys definitely had a shakeup within your root chakra. This is not just work. This is family. You guys thought you were going to be okay and that you guys weren't going to take a bullet during this time and weren't going to be affected during this time. However, you will find that you have either lost someone during this month or you will be losing someone during this month to the crisis. For some of you, that could be a job. For some of you, you might see a lack of orders, a lack of people buying anything or addressing anything or anything like that. They're just not currently doing anything of the sort of that. It's just not happening right now. And the reason for that is because your root chakra is really blocked right now. You're not able to fully have the prosperity that we all know that you can attain, but at the same time there is a shakeup in the physical realm for you guys. You guys rule healing, so there is a lot of your energy that's taking place right now that's being called upon right now in different areas. So you guys are definitely getting pulled in several directions as far as an energetic force. Best believe that as far as addressing the coronavirus, there is working with Virgo energy in order to address it and heal it as well. So it's a very intense time because things are not necessarily in balance when it comes to healing. They're not in balance when it comes to your family or job or work as well, whether you have your own business or you work somewhere else. It's just non-existent right now. I wouldn't be surprised if you got laid off. I wouldn't be surprised if your family life got shaken up, whether your family members, maybe you are still working, but your family members stopped working, or someone in your family got it at work and then now like has passed because of it or will be passing because of it, whatever the case may be. There is definitely a shakeup that is going on. Even though you have the Guardian card right here, you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. This is going to take an effect after you learn the lessons of the root chakra, okay? Because you've either been working your magic and practicing protection spells in order to protect your family and your friends, or that one person that you did not think about, whether it was your best friend and you just did protection work for your family and you just kind of, didn't do it for your best friends or whatever, or whoever you've been friends with for a long time, and then you hear of their passing. That's going to be very much a shot in, it's not necessarily, I don't want to say in your face, even though that's what's coming up right now. It's mainly just a lesson in how to spread your energy, how to spread your intention, to really go a longer way. So there is a lesson that you guys will be learning from this, and it will take somebody moving on in order for you to receive it. You guys are not necessarily ready for this person to pass, and that the relationship that you will have with this person, once everything is settled, you will be able to work with this person on a spiritual level. They will be one of your spirit guides, and you will be able to work with them in order to bring different types of energies into the world and manifest and do many of things, including protection work. But right now you are not feeling that way. You are definitely gaining ancestors, gaining spirit guides, but you are not feeling good about it. You don't feel like you got all your ducks in a row. You don't feel like you're safe, you're protected, everything's like, even though you have this guardian card, like, yes, you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected, which is grand, but to some extent this has to happen in order for you to address things this way, where you're asking for this wide protection of those whom you love and care for very, very deeply. But this situation in your crown chakra, like, you guys are blocked root chakra wise, and you're blocked crown chakra wise. And granted, you're like, those who pass that are going to want to connect with you, but you're going to really struggle with it. However, you are going to kind of retreat and go into that hermit mode phase, and kind of detach a little bit, just to kind of deal with the passing of it all, what it means, the messages you're getting from them. All of these things are going to play a really deep role within your life. So don't just brush that off. But there is a huge influence with what spirit is saying. Because you do have the Six of Swords in your throat chakra. There's a lot of people that have been lost during this time, that we are now, like, it happens every single day, where everyone's just like, you just hear, oh, this person passed and this person passed and whatever. And dealing with the energy of letting go and moving forward, and how you do that and how you mentally progress, it's going to take some trust, and it's going to take working with your crown chakra in order for you to deal with it, in order for you to still call on that protection, in order for you to still say, you know what, even though universe, like, I asked for protection for my family, I wasn't thinking that this was going to happen to my best friend or whatever, and you guys took him away, or you guys took her away, or whatever the case may be, and I feel very betrayed, like, there is some sort of betray, like, when this thing kind of happens, and you've already set an intention for something and it still happens anyway, you do feel a certain amount of just feeling betrayed, and feeling like, why wasn't I taken care of when I asked for that to happen, type of thing. And that happens. There's a reason for everything, and you just have to trust, and you will learn why as things progress. But at the end of the day, Saturn, this is one of your biggest influences moving forward, as well as Leo. And if you're like that person that was, very like, oh, this shit ain't gonna get to me, oh, this, this is not gonna happen, what X, Y, and Z, and all of these things, and you were talking about shit and all this stuff, and then you just end up getting pretty much your ass handed to you in the form of this death situation, you are going definitely whipped by Saturn. You need to, everybody in the world should be very mindful of the things that they say right now during these times, because these are not easy times. These are not light times, and it is a time for things to be taken seriously. And Saturn is still dealing a lot of karma socially. So if you want to basically be online being all showy, like, nah, I don't believe in this ain't gonna get to me, it's a conspiracy, whatever, and then literally you get a call the next day from your mom, oh, your best friend died, or oh, I just got the call from this and that, X, Y, and Z. This is karma. You guys need to be very mindful of what you're saying, how you're communicating, and what it is that you're keeping and holding on to. There is a progression where you're gonna have to count your losses and move forward. It's not gonna feel good, but this is a very karmic month for you guys, and ultimately you will have to let go of a little bit quicker than you're used to the pain of losing the person and transition into welcoming them as a spirit guide, as an ancestor. That's going to happen a little bit faster because of the rate of how we're losing people now. So you will see that transition playing and tugging at you throughout the month. It's not going to necessarily feel good, like I said, but it's going to happen. That's just a part of the process. You will have moments where you are depressed, especially when you're going through this hangman phase, where things just feel stuck. You feel depressed. You feel mad at yourself. You feel like you're looking back at the last thing you told them, all of these things. Like you're stuck on those moments, and it's very frustrating, but you really have to let that go. And you would be surprised how easy you can process something when you have literally sat with yourself and processed the feelings, and then worked with yourself and worked with their spirit in order to progress and move forward, and not just kind of stay in the funk about it, but actually make it into a positive experience. Even though, yes, it's like somebody passes like a huge transitional phase. However, death doesn't always have to be a bad thing. And you have to trust that this whole entire thing happened for a reason. So what can you do right now that's going to help you with that? And I feel like you guys are just like, oh, I'm over this. I want things to change. I want things to go back. I want something new. I'm dying for a breath of something else than just this. But what you need to understand about that is that Saturn teaches its lessons very slowly. It's not going to move on your time. You are still, as much as you're a mutable sign, you're still an earth sign. You're going to have to flow with the times. You're going to have to fix this issue with your root chakra as well. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. And you're really going to have to tap back into what is grounding right now, instead of necessarily like, oh, I want freedom, I want to look into I want things to change right now, I want things to end, I want all this stuff. Instead of being that person, you guys need to do a little bit of a switch, go into your heart chakra and deal with these issues here, so that you can learn the lesson and come out of it a little bit stronger, but also in your power, in your strength. And then you can flip this around and say, okay, you know what? I did lose people as well during these times. And this is what it taught me. This is what I learned. This is how I work with them now. This is my relationship with them now. And it could be stronger than ever now. You just don't know until you go in and do that work that you need to do. Now, third eye wise, you have the Knight of Wands. And I'm not really surprised to see this here, because you do have this Leo energy coming up, which means that you will be able to use this energy in a positive way. This situation doesn't affect every single Virgo. However, it's a really good amount of y'all, because it took such a huge part of the reading. But you guys are going into this. There's a lot of cat energy in this reading. If you haven't noticed, there's definitely a lot of cat energy in this reading. You guys have this, like, I feel like Leo season is going to, you see how you have all this cat energy in your reading? Okay, I just had to mention it again. But you guys are going into this period, and I feel like once you start getting closer to Leo season, you'll be able to really see how it all accumulated through that time, the transitions, the things that you learned, how things were able to move. But even with this, with the key of life, I really want you to pause and read this so you guys can understand what is being set on here, because there is a different way, a new way, a fresher way that you will be relating in this new form with those that you love. And you still have to share that love the same way that Leo loves, with that big open heart. And I feel like this is why there's so much Leo energy. You guys will be able to really share your feelings and be open and honest and just like loving like a Leo does, like heart on the line, like just, hey, you know what, this is how I feel, I'm just telling you, I'm being open, I'm being vulnerable. There's this really beautiful transition that happens when you allow yourself to be freed by the same energy that is crippling you right now, and that is Saturn. Okay, just let it go, trust and let it go. Let the anger, all of those different types of emotions, just let it go. Trust that you're being taken care of. Trust that this is the best, the best thing that could be happening right now. Trust that you need to go through this transitional phase. Trust that they needed to go through this transitional phase as well. There's a lot of people getting their karma right now. It's not just you, and you're just getting the effects of somebody else's karma as well. So be very mindful of the shifts that are happening and how you're interpreting it. You have to, again, lots of cat energy, lots of fire energy in this reading. You guys have to really go in deep and address how you're mentally processing these experiences, because I feel like you guys can be very hard on yourselves when you don't necessarily need to be. And right now, you just gotta let it go. You just gotta let it go. Okay? It's time for surrender. You have to let this person go in the physical realm and like understand and move forward positively. Okay, so that is your reading for May. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified every time I upload a video, so you guys don't miss out. And also don't forget to check out the Patreon, because we're always learning and growing over there. I will see you guys in the next video.